What's up, everybody? This is your girl Erica from the Classy Climb blog. We got to get back to business. The Will Smith stuff was funny, but we got to get back to business. Now, people are saying, Erica, there's foreclosures all over the place. The sky is falling. The housing market is falling. Oh my God. And I tell why are people trying to feed y'all that? Why are they telling you which states? Because we have to really acknowledge 48% of all home purchases happen in the Southeast. People are not moving to those other states. Now let's go ahead and break it down because y'all been sending me, Erica, they got foreclosures. Now this article, we always want to keep in track here. This article is of April 14, 2021. This article is in January 13th. Again, it's hard to, we can't say we get tomorrow's data, March 1st data. We're going to get it in April, right? We ain't going to get the first quarter. So let's go ahead and pull this up. Let's go back to October 1st, because y'all love sending me this data, and I keep telling y'all, if somebody's in a marketplace that's hot and it's appreciating, if they foreclosure, they're a dummy, they're a bird brain, they're ghost upstairs, their elevator doesn't go all the way up, because common sense and the math would say just sell the house. So where are these houses and who is in foreclosure? Let's go ahead and pull that up, right? Because remember, a lot of people ain't paid their rent and they got put out, right? When the moratorium stopped, hey, they got put out. LA trying to say they're gonna stay another 15 months. Again, I told y'all, if less than 1% of folks are pulling the equity out their house, less than 1%, there's a bunch of people sitting on equity ain't done nothing with it. Let's be very clear. 40% of all houses in the housing market are debt free, mortgage free, done, no mortgage, donezo. 40%. So let's get to it. All right. Because y'all see, I'm throwing a lot of numbers out, but I want y'all to understand people out here trying to fearmonger you into, oh my God, it's falling next week. And you can time the market if you just wait. Nah, boo boo. Let's go ahead and break it down. All right. So quarter 3 foreclosure started, 25,000 properties. Now, what was going on last year? Moratorium. They still were a lot of places where the moratoriums in fact. Now let's go ahead and break out what this thing said. States with the highest number of new foreclosures were California, 3,434, Texas, 2,827. Now you know they hear through Texas there. You know why? Because we had moratoriums in certain places like Austin, Houston, and a lot of the Rust Belt where it was oil boom and now bust areas probably have some foreclosures. All right. So Florida, 2,500. New York, 1,300. Let's be very clear. This New York number is full of okay. Illinois, they say don't put the S on it, but whatever. Illinois, let me go and tell you right now, the New York and Illinois numbers are full of lies. Full of lies, okay? I'm just telling you, these numbers are already full of lies. Men lie, women lie, numbers don't lie. Why? Because people are leaving New York and California and Illinois like in droves, right? And when you have all this black population leave the Chicago areas and the regions surrounding Chicago to come south, the people that would be renting those homes, or if you put out your tenants and you're like, no problem, I'm gonna get new tenants, the people that would be renting ain't there. Right? They just aren't there. There's a huge influx of Hispanic population, and they're gonna put a bunch of them Ukrainians in Chicago. You thought Chicago was racist before, baby. Watch out. You about to really find out how they do. You dig what I'm saying? Okay, so let me keep on scrolling down. Get distracted. All right, September foreclosure actions were up 70%, right? So people, as people were closing out the moratorium and they were saying, hey, y'all got to pay y'all mortgage now, quit playing. The numbers of active foreclosures fell by 177,000, right? And they were led by 84,000, which were mostly FHA and VA loans. What did they do? Now, as of October 5th, nearly 1.4 million borrowers remain in pandemic-related foreclosures, representing 2.6, very small, 2.6 of all active mortgages. Let me say that again. 1.4 million people are only 2%, 2.6% of all active mortgages. Okay? I want you to understand what happened. A lot of people, the difference in somebody in an apartment and somebody in a house, somebody in a house just was straight chilling, which is crazy to me. But if they were chilling this time, that's why I keep telling y'all in 2022 and 2023, a bunch of folks gonna go back to work. They ain't got a choice. They done took a little vacation. They've been at home watching these kids. Listen, these husbands needed these wives to work. Without their wives working, they were in the poorhouse. They were just paying for gas money and some pizza on Friday. Okay, so again, Let's go some more. Again, majority of these are coming out of plans. Foreclosure cliff will be minimal, right? This is mortgage. This is the former CEO of Mortgage Bankers Association and former FHA commissioner. Why? Because the home prices ain't gonna drop 20%. They're gonna work with these people. They're gonna turn it around. A lot of people are moving, right? So the number's gonna likely rise. But again, what did I tell y'all? A lot of people gonna do what? Sell. Push come to shove, they've been bull crapping this whole time now going to work. They gonna realize, look at their wife, like, oh my God, we gotta go, you gotta go back to work, girl. We about to lose our house. Whole different conversation. Now let's hop forward to January. Let's go ahead and hop into January. US foreclosure activity drops to all-time low in 2021. Now, isn't that interesting? You know, they were telling you, the foreclosures are everywhere. The foreclosures are going through the roof. The foreclosures. But here we are. U.S. foreclosure activity drops all-time low. Isn't that interesting? January. Now you're gonna say, well, Ericka, it's March now. We ain't in April yet. We don't got the new reports. So let's not play. Now this is 2009. No, everybody, it's Ericka, it's just like 2008. It's just like 2008. It's gonna be people losing their house. Now, what these numbers ain't matching. Now you told me people on the internet telling y'all every day we about to foreclose left and right. But for some reason, these numbers ain't matching. Look at that chart, y'all. That's 2001 right there. That's 2020. Now we already know many people are on the foreclosure list. They holding off. The moratorium saved them. But let's look at them numbers. That's 2008. That's 2009. That's 2010. And look at 2020 and 2021. It's almost if it's going in a cyclical pattern, and it's going to take years before we ever have something that similar, right? Again, very small part of the market. That's why I tell y'all, y'all got to get off this internet and actually read some of these the articles and see what's going on in your local cities and states. They just had 1,000 houses catch on fire in one part of Colorado. Guess what they're gonna do? Rebuild those houses. Okay, insurance gonna be popping out there. Okay, so let's go and break it down. Actual default and scheduled auctions and bank repossession. Again, scheduled didn't mean completed. Are 150,000. Let me say it again, 150,000 property in 2021. That's down 29% from 2020. And it's down 95% from the peak of 2.9 million in 2010 to the lowest level since tracking began in 2005. Isn't that something? But if you get on this man's internet, everybody tell you they foreclosing. They foreclosing. Now again, I'm gonna pull up February. You know, I'm gonna try my best to get as close to March as possible, but I just want y'all to see these charts. All right, so bank repossessions decreased 98% since their peak. Lenders repossessed 25,000 properties through foreclosure Rio 1 in 2021, down 49%, down 98%. I would love to see where these foreclosures were. I really would, because trust me, if you're a part of my tax lien course, you see where we go on there daily looking for auctions in Texas, looking for foreclosure auctions in Texas. It's like where? One or two. One or two is rare. You know why? Because the people sell the house before this gets this far. Let's keep going. We will continue to believe, we believe that repossession will continue to be lower than normal throughout 2022. Why? Homeowners have a record level of equity, over $23 trillion. Over 87% of homeowners in foreclosure have positive equity. What does that mean? Listen here. This means that most borrowers will have an opportunity to sell their house at a profit rather than lose it at foreclosure auction. See, every day y'all challenge me on this man's internet, but I'm telling you, as a person who looks at tax lien, who looks at tax deeds, and who looks for foreclosure sales, that we can't find none. But I'll read it off to you here. States that showed the greatest number of REIs in 2021 were Illinois with 3,472. Isn't that something? Why? Because people ain't moving up there like that. People are not moving. People are leaving there. Okay, so if you're a landlord and they're not letting you cut the rent, they're not letting you put nobody out, at some point you might have to give up the ghost. This is why I talk about Chicago real estate. I talk about Illinois. Also, you're not even talking about the fact that in the southern parts of Illinois, which I'm saying it crazy, is farm places that are that are empty. Farmers are leaving. They moving south. They said, bump it. We've tried. It's cold. We're tired of being cold. We're done with it. Look it up. Look at the mass exodus out of the state. I'm not making this up. Look it up. We'll do a video on it if we have to. Florida, 2,287. Where do you think those were at? I would bet you money those were in the Panhandle. They were in northern Florida, not South Florida at all. California, 1,839 Rios. I bet you money this number is so low for California. You know why it's so low for California? The legislation, the moratorium. Moratorium's going another 15 months in LA County. So, the numbers that could be in California, lots of played with here. Pennsylvania. What's going on in Pennsylvania? Folks leaving there. Philly, Pittsburgh. People ain't staying in no PA. They don't get down with PA. Now, people may be moving to Philly from New York, but overall, Pennsylvania's not getting people coming like that. Texas, I bet you money if I got to dig through these in Texas, it's the military bases, it's parts of East Texas, and I would say the Panhandle, because they're having a massive exodus. When them oil jobs cut out, them folks were selling houses left and right. Like, you could go on the database or realtor.com and it was just full of houses for sale. So I would bet money if I digged into the Texas Rios, I promise you they're in the Panhandle. There were all the oil jobs were and they left. And the people are trying to sell them properties, and they never will get the price back unless they wait for the next bust boom out there. All right, so let's go deeper. Let's go deeper. Those metropolitan statistic areas with a population greater than 1 million that saw the greatest number of Rios in 2021 included Chicago with 1,733, like I told you. So out of a state, let me see where we can go back up and see the whole state. The state had, is it going to do it? Is it going to show it to me? I know we just missed it. Okay, the state of Illinois had 3,400, and half of them at least were in Chicago. So like I said, the other half was in them farm towns, in the meth areas. That's why y'all get them Ukrainians in Chicago. Y'all don't even realize y'all about to get a bunch of Ukrainians who are racist in Chicago. Y'all about to get a surprise. St. Louis, Missouri. What's going on in St. Louis? It's dying. Parts of it is. Parts of it is in revival. 1,200 Rios. New York, New York, New York. Come spread the news. I'm in the town. I forgot how that song goes. I want to be in the heart of it. New York, New York. Y'all go ahead and put a 1 in the comments if you'd like me to not sing New York, New York. Please put a 1 in the comments because I don't need to be singing it. All right. Baltimore, Maryland, and Philadelphia, which were tied for 571, which is interesting. Very, very interesting. Okay. So again, lenders started the foreclosure process on 92,000 plus properties, down 30% from 2020 and down 96% the peak of 2009. But let these people on the internet tell you it's 2009 again. I want y'all to really do the math. This is atomic data. This is ATTOMDATA data.com. Okay, I want y'all to really let these people stop telling y'all, oh my God, Ericka, the market's gonna crash. Everything's gonna crash. It's gonna crash. It's going down. The foreclosures, everybody foreclosuring. I'm showing you the numbers. It's down 36 from 2020. And it's down 96% from the peak of 2009. Now, are we getting, come on now. Okay, I'm gonna keep going. States that saw the greatest decline in foreclosure starts from last year included Maryland. They were down 81%. Oklahoma down 70%. Wow, a lot of people moved to Oklahoma. They had some incentives. Idaho down 64%. How is that possible? Because California folks was leaving and going where? Idaho. Nebraska down 63%. And Connecticut down 60%. What did I tell y'all about Connecticut? What did I tell y'all about Connecticut? Come on, what did I tell you about Connecticut? People from up north are doing what? They're just following the routes down. They're going to be in Baltimore. They're going to be in Philly. They're going to be in these places. Okay. The government's foreclosure moratorium, the mortgage forbearance program, and the mortgage servicing guidelines enacted by the CFPB in August have kept foreclosure starts artificially low. If you're in my credit class, we learn why, right? If you are in the credit funding class on Wednesday night, you will know why. Counter to the national trend, 4 states saw an annual increase, which was surprising. Guess what they were? South Dakota up 20%, Vermont up 36%, North Dakota up 71%. North Dakota, they're fleeing North Dakota. I don't know if it's an oil, gas, power boom or what. It's a combination. Nevada up 85%. Nevada is having y'all be flip flopping. 1 minute y'all got everybody moving there, next minute everybody leaving. Make up y'all mind, Nevada. And they were also heavily hit because of what, y'all? What happened in Nevada? Tourism. Put it in the chat. What happened in Las Vegas during the pandemic? Tourism. These folks couldn't get no money because y'all weren't flying in, getting flued out, and you weren't going to the casino, getting turned up. Now let's go down some more. Let's see which ones have the greatest decline. See, and this already contradicts me. Philadelphia. Philadelphia. It doesn't contradict me. It is true that New Yorkers are moving there. But again, Philadelphia, down 56%. Washington, D.C., down 52%. Why? Y'all was trying to get up in Biden's Washington, D.C. They trying to turn Chocolate City to milk chocolate, real light caramel chocolate. So they moving there. It's down. Charlotte, North Carolina, down 51%. Why? Folks is moving there trying to make it Chocolate City. Cleveland, Ohio is down 42%. Why is that? I would say because Detroit was refusing to enforce property rights, rental rights, moratorium, all of it. That people took their money and started investing in Cleveland, which shored up Cleveland. Also, I think a lot of times, a lot of these people that moved from Ohio, which Ohio's experienced a great exodus, they may still own property in Cleveland. That's part of it. Chicago down 42%. I told you it's mostly the farm areas around Chicago. Let's go here. Now, this is interesting. I would say this is interesting. Y'all should take note again, very dangerous numbers here for the people saying foreclosures, Ericka, foreclosures. Okay. Birmingham, Alabama, up 4%. It's very interesting. There's a lot of factory work in Alabama. So I don't know why they're not paying their bills, but they better pay them. Miami, Florida is up 17%. Y'all, the equity and the craziness of the market of Miami, if I was ever upside down, I'm going to sell that bad boy. That don't even make sense to try to hold on. Las Vegas up 142%. Again, I say Las Vegas is back. Now, I do have to go to Las Vegas at the end of April. So I may be on a certain view of it, but I just left Las Vegas not that long ago. I think it was November. Yeah, during the SEMA. And I mean, they got more concerts than Carter got Little Pills. You know what I'm saying? Like the tourism numbers should be back up. People should be paying their rent. But again, I do know there's an influx of people who move from California to Las Vegas. So maybe throwing off the housing numbers. I'm not certain. Now, Nevada, Illinois, and Florida post the highest state foreclosure rates in 2021. So again, if I'm in Nevada, honey, I'm selling that house. Illinois and Florida too. I don't understand that. Delaware was up, and New Jersey was up. Y'all know New Jersey's a S show of taxes. Rounding out the top 5 states with the highest foreclosure rates does not surprise me. Ohio, South Carolina, Indiana, Connecticut, Maryland. So even though the numbers were very, very low, these were the highest. Okay, Cleveland, Las Vegas, and Lake Havasu. Oh no, Lake Havasu, they messing with the native people there. Arizona, 30%, 0.30%. Oh, Procor, Illinois, that's where a lot of black people are, 0.30%. Atlantic City, New Jersey, you already know what I'm gonna say, a lot of black people there. Cleveland, Ohio. Read these for yourselves. I may be putting my skew on them. But same here, Jacksonville, Florida. You know who's there. Come on, let's stop playing. Miami and St. Louis, who's there? Who is this affecting? Who is this impacting? Now, I don't make everything about race because the data is the data, the numbers are the numbers. But again, who is this impacting? When I come on here to talk about getting better jobs, getting higher paying jobs, getting remote work jobs so you can live wherever and stay in your little town if you want to stay in it, that's what I'm talking about. This is what I'm talking about. Okay, next time, average time. This is important. Average time for foreclosure increases quarterly and average. Now, the average is 941 days. Y'all, let me say that again. The average time to process a foreclosure is 941 days. If there's 365 days in a year, let's go ahead and process this. Because I really want y'all to understand what I'm trying to say. That's 2.5 years, basically. It's going to take 2.5 years for them to get you out your house. This is what I want y'all to understand. Your life, unless you've had a heart attack, a stroke, you divorced, your mama daddy died, you lost a child, that's unfortunate. 2.5 years for a turnaround. That's listen. I'm in here making the Birdman hands. I'm in here like, come on, baby. 941 days. Basically 3 years to get your life turned back around. You can't seem to turn the ship around. You may need to let that house go. I mean, that sounds really horrible because I don't want somebody's life upended, uprooted, however the word you want to say. But we shouldn't be spending 941 days going through a process and you haven't made more income, you haven't made more payments, or you haven't squared away your debt and income so that you can live. Y'all, 904. I can't even. 941 days. Now, I will say the pandemic, 2020, 2021, but now we in 2022. And if you're in Las Vegas, they showing different ones. Longest time for average foreclosure. Oh my God, look at these. Y'all, I'm about to throw up. Let me tell you. States with the longest average time for foreclosure. Hawaii, 2,491 days, y'all. New York, 1,529 days. Pennsylvania, 1,500 days. Louisiana, 1,400 and some odd days. Florida, 1,300 days. Do y'all understand there's 365 days in a year? So it's taking years. Right? So when people are out here talking about, yeah, the foreclosures going up, see, Ericka don't know what she's talking about. See, it's 70% foreclosures. Look at all these foreclosures. These are people whose life is so bad financially. They've been in this situation for 1,500 days. They've been in let's just say a depression because they passed recession, baby. If they lose their house and it's been 1,500 days, they ain't made no payments, no nothing. They couldn't get it worked out with the bank. Y'all, that is literally, oh my God. It's like 5 years. No, it's not 5 years. That's 3.5 years. Some of these are 4 years. If you can't get the ship turned around in 4 years, I am terrified. You're going to be homeless. You in a bad way. You might need to let the house go and start over. You might need to file bankruptcy and start over. That's literally in this time frame, y'all could have went to school, became a CNA, and became a traveling CNA, making crazy money. Not a nurse. I didn't even say a nurse. I said a CNA. In this time frame, you could have went and for 6 months got an HVAC degree, in 6 months became a plumber, in 6 months became a welder, in 6 months got your tech degree, tech job, right? So again, when people start trying to get y'all, oh man, all these foreclosures, Ericka, these foreclosures, they trying to get y'all on a hype train that don't exist. They are hyping y'all up and not breaking it down. And you can say what you want about me, but I'm one of the YouTubers out here that I will show you the numbers. Where are they coming from? What state? What's going on in that state? People got you out here on a fear train for likes and clickbait. I'm not going to do that to you. I'm not going to lie to you. Okay, so let's go again. Last year, Q4 in Illinois, 1 in every 922 houses were under a foreclosure filing. In Florida, 1 in every 1,770. New Jersey, 1 every 1,200 and some change. And Nevada, every 1 in 3,000. Ohio, every 1,001. Well, that's just crazy. It's crazy. But we just saw again. Y'all read this at your own. I'm not gonna. I pretty much read the whole thing to you, but again, read it, show it to your friends and family. 941 days, y'all. If it's 2.5 years, her losing a job sucks. Be at home for 90 days. Shake it off, figure it out, apply all over the place. But at that point, we need to get a new skill. We need to get a new degree. We need to get a new trade. Something got to change, and look at the cities we're talking about. A lot of these cities, you might need to find something remote online. And that's just it. That's on Mary Had a Little Lamb. So again, y'all, I don't want to be that person, but this right here, again, it talks about in February. This was March 10th. They just released this day after my birthday. Go check it out. Check out the numbers. Check out the numbers. It's all the cities we just named. And they went up a little bit. Lakeland, Florida, Chicago, Illinois, Columbia, South Carolina. I already knew that was gonna happen. Cleveland, Ohio, Atlantic City, and Columbia because of tourism. Columbia's got military and tourism and people that work, all around there. But check this out, y'all. New Jersey, Illinois, and Ohio, the highest ones. Again, this data got released March 10th, and the numbers are still low. Anyways, you guys, this is your girl Ericka Collecting Blog. I ain't trying to bore y'all to death, but I want y'all to understand everybody out here trying to get this clickbait, and I feel you. I feel you. You do what you got to do to get your numbers up, get people all heart racing, but really tell people the truth. Go look at the data. What cities? What states? Where is this happening? Don't just have people out here like, oh my God, the foreclosures. Oh my God, Ericka, the foreclosures are going through the roof. So your people out here running around telling everybody on the internet the foreclosures going through the roof, parroting other YouTubers when it's not true. When we can look at the numbers and say what you will, shit. A lead attorney told you, Ericka, I will look up the data. I'm gonna show you the data, baby. Okay. So, anyways, you guys, this is your girl Ericka Classic Blog. Have a wonderful evening.